I'm Joe Smith, Managing Partner of Owings Home Services, partner of Owings Brothers Contracting. I have over 35 years experience in both commercial and residential construction industries. Probably more experience than I'd like to admit. Today we're going to discuss networking, and in general, the topics we're going to cover are: is networking marketing? Is your logo your brand? What is the most beneficial way to network? How do you build brand awareness? And then what is the payoff? Let's jump right in. Networking has sort of a definition here, but I want to focus on the bottom part: the cultivation of productive relationships for employment for business. One of the first notes I would say is always be prepared and dress for success. You could have a boss or someone that says, hey, we're going to an event today, and you want to be ready and be dressed appropriately for that event, and always have your business cards with you. Zig Ziglar is an author, successful business coach, and one of his more famous quotes is, if people like you, they'll listen to you, but if they trust you, they'll do business with you. I think that's a profound statement. I believe trust is the most important aspect in sales overall, and just building your personal brand. People need to trust you to buy from you. You're not selling anybody anything, they're buying you and or your company. So that trust is a key element. So networking obviously can transpire in many ways. I believe it's your personal brand, and that's really how you're perceived in the community and in the business world. Maybe you've asked yourself, does my logo become my brand? Maybe if you're Pepsi, but not in our case. Most of our cases, it's really us they're buying. So everybody has a logo. We have them on our cards, on our trucks, on our business papers, everything. Everything's about our logo, but really we're talking about your personal logo, your personal brand, and how you build that brand, which makes your sales process and pipeline better and easier. A brand, with every interaction and the way you use your name and identify yourself and how you interact with other business people, is really what they're going to remember. Your character and how you're perceived and how you engage in the process. So are you supportive of the process of the group? How does that impact the way you're perceived? And that's what we want to talk about. You need to be passionate, I think, about what you're representing or selling. I feel like if you're not passionate about it, you're in the wrong business. You have to have some passion to believe in it. It's easier to sell and talk people into things if you need to, if they believe you're passionate and that enthusiasm comes out. That's really where the core of your belief is. If you believe it, you'll be able to sell it. I always like this cartoon. I work for a not-for-profit business, mind you. 2 years ago it was for profit. Let's never forget that we're here about profit, and building your brand is important, but we want to be profitable. Our company's loyalty here is about our client, but first and foremost, if we're not profitable, we're not going to be able to help our clients. So we have to have profit first, and then our clients, almost in a way that guarantees success down the road. Attending networking groups, meetings may not be enough. In other words, if you just join a group, get a mailing list, or just showing up at one event or even occasionally and expecting to get business out of it, it's not going to pay off. Networking takes time, commitment. It's about relationships. It's about how you interact and how dependable you are within the group. Consider wearing your company's logo gear if the right setting, but more importantly, engage in the event and process. Share ideas. Be helpful. Be vocal if you have passion about something or the way you can change something within the group or industry. If you know someone, introduce them to someone else. And consequently, that'll pay off down the road. They may introduce you to someone else. That's how networking works. You got to be at these events. You got to kind of engage with someone you know, or talk with someone, and then build that relationship, and then just keep building that. I'd like to reemphasize getting involved in one or two that may benefit you and give those your full attention. In this case, less is better. You want to be involved in ones that you're passionate about, but you also want to be not spread yourself too thin. It's important to be the go-to person in that group. All these associations typically need volunteers and committee members. Get involved. Work towards leadership positions within the group. It's benefited me in many ways. A couple of years ago, I was asked to be chair of my local remodeling council and have served twice, as well as serving on our executive board. All that's led to multiple projects within the group, well worth my time and effort. Additionally, I've gained some really good long-term friendships, and that's probably the most important thing for me personally. You want to be considered an expert in your field, and by speaking at events, speaking in front of groups, and it's not always easy the first couple of times. You got to get a little practice in, start small and get larger, but people are there, they want to hear what you have to say, and that you become an expert. We were doing a home show one year. Because of a relationship I had, we were asked to do a live interview on a local TV station. You just can't buy that kind of press. Those are invaluable opportunities. My experience has been that being involved in one or two, either industry or community groups, is putting forth full effort pays dividends. I use the go-to person a lot because I believe that if someone refers you, that's so powerful. It's so much easier to sell or engage in a business relationship. Even there's times when we even get referrals that we may know ahead of time that we're not going to get any business out, but we always follow up and go out and see them just to set a precedent, so they know that the person referring us knows that we're going to be there and support them. It's a very powerful thing for someone to put their name to something and refer you, especially within an industry. So I have home builders that refer us to people for remodeling, and that's invaluable when it comes from someone who built their home. Involvement with top leaders in the industry. So, you pick your groups, you get involved with people who are very connected, and as you work your way up the chain and become more dependable, you become that go-to person and the person that they know, okay, I see this guy every event or a lot of the events. I see him here, I see him there. I know he's accountable, and we're the go-to guy, again, using that term, because they see you're involved and you care about it. Sometimes it's not easy to go to events. Sometimes you don't want to go, you're tired, but at the end of the day, very powerful to just be seen and be involved. Another area that might be helpful is some political fundraising events. Your voice can be heard. You can cross-pollinate against parts of different groups of businesses. Some events may not seem like it fits your target audience, but it's about the people you're engaging with and meeting and your future needs. We can't forget the charitable side, and I think this is as important, equally important as the business relationships and networking. It takes time to build that, but you can be a good corporate citizen and good person. Pick things you're passionate about. Get other staff and family involved and coworkers. These things pay dividends. We support quite a few things that we're passionate about, and get involved in those things. Get photographed too. That helps, you know, down the road. But most of all, it helps you personally. I think just feel good inside. You know, and that's worth something. I'd like to remind everybody that it's not a short-term fix. This is a long-term commitment. I've been involved in this association that we're voted here about 15, 17 years now, and I've been president twice. So I've grown up through there. I've learned a lot. I've led a lot of really smart people I've met, and they've really helped me both in business and sometimes personally when I had some needs personally. So that's very fulfilling and rewarding. So everybody I think knows Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. You know how true I believe this is. For business acquaintances and friends to refer you as a person is valuable. They're putting their name on the line. Be accountable, follow up, even if you may not get anything out of it this time, because again, it's a long-term commitment. You have to spend the time, be enthusiastic, be involved and engaged. Not all of it has to be work. Got a lot of fun of events. Enjoy and be part of the different experiences, whether it's a golf tournament or a fundraising event. Those are all really good. And again, I've met some really good friends and had some really good times and been invited to many different opportunities outside of networking that have been very rewarding. I think in closing, everybody has limited time and energy to commit to attending and being involved with networking. We all have family and other business we must take care of. Use your time wisely, set goals and work towards them efficiently. Be known for your expertise and your character and give of yourself in ways that positively impact your local community. And good luck. Thank you.